Thank you for holding, everybody. We are now joined with Blake Anderson, the head coach of Arkansas State. If you have a question for Coach Anderson, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Again, *1 to get in the queue. Coach, while we're waiting for that, could you start us off with an opening statement?
Sure. Just exciting times coming off a 1-0 victory here at home. Don't get to open up at home all that often, so it was a nice environment, great crowd, and the unveiling of the North End Zone project was phenomenal. Great weather. 48-21 victory. It's hard to argue with that. So we did some good things. Struggled early, but responded, I thought, really well in the third quarter, and came out and put the game away and got a chance to play a lot of guys late in the game, which is going to be useful for us and helpful down the road. But obviously Hansen had a great game, and thought Bonner came in and did a good job as well in the third quarter and played for us. But all in all, a game we can learn from. Still made some mistakes that we definitely got to correct going into play. Probably the best team on the planet this week. Had a chance to watch Alabama enough on tape already to know that they are as athletic and as fast and as physical as any team I've ever seen. So it's a huge challenge, but also a great opportunity for us to go in and show that we can play at that level. So we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from John Zanora with the Associated Press. Please go ahead, John.
Hey, Coach. I had a couple. One, with Tua Tagovailoa running the offense, they seem to be spreading the ball around a lot more than Alabama maybe has recently. To different playmakers, how much does that diversity make them even more challenging to defend?
Well, they're tough to defend regardless, just because just so athletic and so much speed at so many places, and the power that you're going to have to stop in the run game. So you just add his ability to move the chains with his feet and improvise and ability to get the ball to any corner of the field. It's a tremendous challenge, and that's going to be the answer, honestly, in every area: offense, defense, special teams, you name it. Whether he's playing quarterback or not, we understand there's going to be very few, if any, matchups that we win on paper. So the entire day is going to be a challenge for us to play our best. And I can't imagine what my D coordinator is trying to figure out right now, how to try to find a way to slow him down.
And secondly, I'm sure you guys are a confident team anyway, but can you still take something away from that App State pushing Penn State to the limit the other day?
Well, absolutely. We've all been in these situations before. I mean, we're gonna play a team that on paper, that you're not supposed to beat. I mean, obviously the spread is what it is because experts believe you don't belong in the game. But you only got to play with them that one Saturday. You don't got to beat them, the other 364 days a year. That one Saturday, you got to play your best. App State went in and had a great game plan against Penn State. We've been in these games and before with extremely talented teams and played at a high level and maybe caught them on a day then they weren't clicking on all cylinders and you're in the game, and we got to take that approach and know that it's been done before. This would not be the first time that a great team was upset by a team coming into their play. So we just got to take the approach that's going to be us this Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Our next questions come from Tommy Dees with the Tuscaloosa News. Please go ahead, Tommy.
Morning, Coach.
Morning.
I wanted to ask you about kind of bringing stability. There's been a string of one-year coaches before you. All of them were very successful and have gone on to be successful. What made you stay, and are you planning on staying there?
Well, going into year 5, it seemed like it's gone by in a blur, but it was necessary to stay. Obviously, nobody had been through the circumstances that this program had been through, with us being the fifth group in 5 years, and it obviously took its toll. We've talked and been open about our roster and how we're still trying to build it back up, and still way below the scholarship number, and all of that due to the transition of coach after coach after coach. And so we're fortunate to still be a competitive football team and still being able to win under those circumstances. But it's been easy to stay, to be honest with you. It's been a really great fit for me and my family. Most of my staff has stayed. My entire defensive staff has stayed intact the entire time. we've been continuing to do things here to build this program since we got here. Terry and the administration have done everything we've asked. From we've spent around $90 million in athletic facility upgrades and new building to try to help us compete at the highest level and definitely be one of the best teams in the group of five. So it's been easy to stay put. It just hadn't been an opportunity that I felt like was necessary or the right move to make, and happy to be here as long as they want me.
And on football end, can you tell us about Justice, how you found him and how he has developed to be the quarterback that he is?
Well, he's developed to be the quarterback he is, I think, through a lot of hard work, and I think we've got a good relationship. We work well together. He's very coachable, and he's got a lot of pride in doing a good job, and he's preparing at a really high level. He's got tremendous tools. He can make all the throws. He runs with power. He's big and got a really good head on his shoulders. Very calm, and I think that's a quality that is overlooked a lot of times, at how poised and calm a guy can be under duress. He's going to need that this week, obviously, because we know we're going to have pressure coming from everywhere. I knew about him coming out of high school when I was at Carolina. He really was off the radar real quickly with his commitment to OU, but had a chance to at least kind of investigate him and knew a little bit about him. But when I got the second chance to recruiting, leaving OU and going to Butler, was excited about it and had some good conversations with Lincoln Riley just about what little bit he'd been around him as well. It just made a lot of sense with us having Freddie Knighton graduating out and the opportunity to get a guy with his kind of talent and skill level, and it's been a great fit, I think, for both sides.
Thank you, Tommy. Our next questions come from Christian Boutwell with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Please go ahead.
Hey, Blake, do you guys have a better idea if Dahu Green will need surgery on that left ankle? And if so, do you plan on applying for a medical red shirt?
Yes and yes. All indications are that, it's going to need surgery and that we'll lose him for the year, which we hate. One of the most dynamic guys we got on our field. And then number two, we'll absolutely, try to get that year back. He'll deserve it. I mean, he's only played in a portion of one game, and, his career is to be something he could get beyond, and definitely has a career at the next level once he's healthy and playing at the level he's capable of. So hate that we're losing him, but we'll get him well and get him back, and we'll get him back on the field, this next fall.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you, Christian, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. I know we had several there on hold, but that's all the time we have for today for Coach. Coach, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.